Happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome to the Bologna Show presented by the Chicago Sports Bums. I am Bologna. I'm back. First episode of the new year. I've got a couple fun episodes lined up for January and February. I'll talk about those at the end of the show. But I'm here talking wrestling, and I got a couple people lined up to talk wrestling with me, almost like a wrestling roundtable, squared circle, if you will. I got 3 of my guys ready to go. So I'm not going to keep it waiting. We're going to talk some business. We're going to talk some live show and some ads, but I'm going to push those to later on in the show. So I'm going to bring on my first guest. I got a little Royal Rumble type intro for everybody because this is the wrestling episode of the Bologna Show. So let's see who the first contestant is, if you will.
Nope. No pop. I got no pop.
No pop. The crowd is booing. There's no different than any other show that we've done. Look, yeah, see, people are already booing in the comments.
Yeah, that's all right. You know, I got go away heat.
It's my guy. It's the heel of the Chicago Sports Bums. It's HBIC. And I asked you, Jason, and I could have asked Dougie. I could have asked Joey P, Johnny. We're all wrestling fans. But of the bums, you don't miss a wrestling episode. I feel like, you know, you and Sarah, credit to Sarah. I'll text you. What are you guys up to? Watching AEW or like, you know, watching Friday. Like, you don't miss a wrestling episode. So I'm like, you know what? You haven't been on the Bologna Show. You mentioned it a couple times. And I'm like, yeah, we've only had like 5 or 6 of these. But yeah, you don't miss an episode. So I'm here. And to tell you the truth, back in our beginning Bumcast days, we used to talk a lot more wrestling, especially when it was just me and you for a while. We would break down.
Back when we had the blog, we had the set every month for WWE pay-per-views way before AEW. We had to book it. You know, we had our predictions.
Dude, I forgot we even did those. We used to have prediction like blogs.
Yeah, we used to have like our prediction analysis, you know, blogs. Called Book It. So. I actually wish I didn't delete the website back then because I would have liked to go back to some of those old WWE pay-per-views from the late 2010s and the bad booking from Vince era.
Yeah, dude. I remember I had a blog. It was one of my favorite pieces of content I've ever written. And it was on the old Bums blog where it was in defense of Hulk Hogan. And, you know, I try to defend what he did and what he said. And obviously I spin it to where like he's a horrible person. And at the end, and that's why my hero has always been Ric Flair, womanizer, alcoholic, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, man, I wish I could pull that up because that was fun stuff. We used to do good blogs back in the day.
Also, we're doing a wrestling show. You got me here on a Wednesday. I'm missing my show right now. So you got me in the middle of... You know, I got to make sure no spoilers.
We said we're only going an hour. We had a little bit of a pre-show discussion. We were already getting things spoiled by our next guest. So let me bring him on because of all the people we've done wrestling content with, I think I've done the most wrestling content with this next guy. So let's bring him on.
Let me tell you something, Bologna.
Yeah. It's Brian S.
That was all the energy I had left, man. So I'm done.
Crickets, no pop. This is your flu game, Brian. So thank you for coming on. You've been sick for a good week. I feel like you've been texting me. You feel like crap.
It's Saturday, yeah.
I gave you I made a gif of us. I said I'll be your Pippin and just carry you to the finish line if you want to pass out. That's high praise because I'm comparing you to Jordan. So you better bring it when it comes to these wrestling takes.
I mean, I am the Michael Jordan of wrestling commentary. So
maybe NyQuil Jordan.
Yeah, maybe like
NyQuil Jordan.
Maybe like Washington Wizards Jordan.
NyQuil, man.
Definitely ain't 90s Jordan.
All right. And
yeah, I'm Wizard. I'm 45 years old. I'm Wizards Jordan, man. For sure. For sure.
We got a quick super chat. Cheers, Bologna. I say cheers to you, Gordo. I appreciate you. I know he's a wrestling fan as well. But yeah, I wanted to do a wrestling episode, and we just all went to AEW. So thank you to you, Brian. We were all at AEW. It was a good show. And it was like wrapping up the year, you know, MJF won the title. And I was like, you know what? It would be good to get like a state of wrestling and pick your guys' brain on what you guys think works right now and what doesn't. So let me bring on our next and final guest, and then we'll get the show rolling.
No yeet.
No yeet. He said no yeet.
No yeet.
See, that might be the first pop of the night.
No yeet.
It's Jordan from the Boneheads and Brucey's crew. And now this might be high praise. The first ever recurring guest to the Bologna Show.
Let's go. My mom said I would never amount to anything. Look at me now.
On the Bumcast on Monday, I said, you know, we talked about this and I'm like, you know, I want to have you on a regular basis. And I called you my Andy Richter to my Conan O'Brien. Is that an insult? Because I like Andy Richter. And I like
I'll
Conan
be Andy
O'Brien.
Richter.
Okay. I didn't want to make sure. I'm not, you know, stepping on any toes. Like, what the hell, Andy Richter?
I'll definitely be Andy Richter.
Andy Richter's hysterical.
Yeah. So
Andy Richter's a sidekick, though. He got his own show once and it got canceled right away.
Yeah, look at the Boneheads, dog. We might get canceled every week. Who knows?
Yeah, so I appreciate everyone in the comments, and like we mentioned on the Bumcast, but also on the Bologna Show, we want to keep it a conversation. So people in the comments, you guys have opinions on all of these topics and all of these wrestlers. We'll bounce off ideas from you guys as well. So let's get going. I said this is a state of wrestling, especially in 2025, 2026. So I'll start with Jason. We can go clockwise for this, but is wrestling in a good place in 2025, 2026?
No.
Okay. Why?
3 letters, TKO.
Okay, so now I knew this was going to come up, so I'm glad we're getting it out of the way now. I think I could speak for everyone here and any wrestling fans, right? TKO is a problem, especially with the price gouging, the money grabs, all of that other stuff. But that's a WWE problem. That's not necessarily a wrestling or professional wrestling problem. But obviously, you know, they are the straw that stirs the drink. They're the biggest company. Yeah. They've been the biggest company for 50 years or so. So TKO is obviously the biggest problem in wrestling right now.
Obviously it is. I mean, like, you know, when they bought him out, people are like, oh man, you know, they'll let Triple H, you know, have free reign and everything. But all they really did is just release Nick Khan to be more Nick Khan-y. And now they're just it's becoming too conglomerated, too corporate, and not that they weren't already corporate, but you know, now they have their tables sponsored. They're actually doing the in-ring sponsors now. Like they're basically doing UFC where everything's an ad. And it honestly, like, Vince is probably watching it, you know, at home thinking how, you know, much they just ruined his, you know, and perverted his product. But
speaking of perverted,
yeah, using the word perverted.
I mean,
I love that. I fucking love that.
Didn't he pervert his father's product?
Yeah. To an extent,
he shit on the business after he shit on. Never mind. We'll stop.
But now, but you see the ticket prices and everything. Like WrestleMania, you know, $20,000 if you want to sit, you know, like ringside and everything, and that's. Like you want to go to, they're making it go to Vegas now. It seems like that's going to be their it's like it might be their destination for WrestleMania. Yeah, the Saudi shows. Like obviously, you know, people were like, oh, maybe, you know, now that Vince is out of the picture, they're not going to take the Saudi blood money anymore. Wrong. TKO is going to go wherever the fucking money is, and you know, whoever's the highest bidder. So it sucks because like an average family can't go to a wrestling show anymore and take your kid ringside unless you're a CEO or, you're a stockbroker, you got an investment.
Or you
like, all
get
this
punched
shit.
by CM Punk.
Yeah. So it sucks that it turned into that. And I think that's one of the reasons why there's, more like there's some demand now for AEW, that it's more affordable, but AEW still kind of fucks it up in a way where they're not capitalizing on TKO's missteps, and they're still they're running like these super small shows, and instead of trying to grow their business, and I don't want to speak too negatively of our good friend, Tony Khan.
Close personal friend.
Yeah, close personal friend Tony Khan. But like he's running like these, these ballroom shows like ECW used to do. And, for the hardcore wrestling fans, that's cool. But like you want to capture some of that audience from WWE that's turned off. And when you're running these small shows and you're not doing stuff to grow your product, even do like, AEW was running United Center for a while. Then they got relegated back to Hoffman Estates in the Sears Center. Like you want to run, you like as AEW, you want consistent like United Center. You don't want to run Wintrust in Hoffman Estates. You want to run the bigger stadiums. So him running, the Aragon Ballroom last summer, that was a big miss because like you're in Chicago. Yeah, you're doing a month of shows, but you're in Chicago. You should be able to do United Center for that many shows if you have a good product. And that's why I'm saying it's not in a good state. TKO's charging too much, and AEW's not growing. Tony and Khan are not doing enough to grow enough to capture on that market that's pissed off.
Brian.
Yeah, I actually, the Aragon stuff I thought was kind of cool. Just the sightline, the view of it was pretty cool. It had that, it did have that like Manhattan Center Monday Night Raw 1993 look to it. I thought that was kind of cool, but I do agree they do need to do more big events in bigger areas. I don't know if they're a stadium business yet, though. That's the thing.
That's my point. It's like
they're an arena business.
He's not doing enough to grow into that.
Well, and you're also talking about here's a big issue. You're talking about pricing families out. They're pricing everybody out of even watching it on TV because WWE is throwing it on 7 different platforms now. And that's what everybody's doing now. That's what all major sports are doing now. And it's gonna get to a point where people are like, fuck it, I'm done watching because it's costing me $80 a month just to watch wrestling. I've been a wrestling fan for over 40 years. So, I remember watching USA Network with Gorilla and Bobby in 1986. You know what I mean? Like it's a different world now. And yeah, I literally switched streaming services for my TV to DirecTV just so I could get that ESPN package for free to do the W. And the rub on that is everything they've done on the ESPN package has been fucking garbage.
Awful.
Every single show, absolute trash. They don't build their product anymore. They don't care to build their product. TKO run WWE reminds me of, and then this is another like Brian's fucking old, and I don't know the reference. It's Jim Herd WCW all over again. Jim Herd was a guy they brought in to run it after they got rid of, I think it was Bill Watts. And he was an executive from Domino's Pizza and had no fucking idea, or Pizza Hut, whatever. And had no idea how to run a wrestling business and write product that the fans liked. And that's pretty much what they're doing right now, I think.
Jordan.
Yeah, I agree with everything y'all are saying, but I don't think wrestling's in a bad spot. I think WWE's in a terrible spot, but I think it's just the flagships because NXT is still killing it. I love watching NXT. I love watching AEW. I like watching indies, but yeah, WWE is becoming insufferable, and it's only because of TKO. I don't know why they went into business with them. I don't know why they do a lot of things now, but it's getting atrocious because yeah, the Slim Jim tables, the Prime everywhere.
Yeah, the Prime. Yep.
Like I'm
Even
over it.
even as something as simple as last Monday night, where you understand, right? Raw is on Netflix. Stranger Things is the biggest thing ever on Netflix. I understand why a company will be like, oh yeah, let's have some synergy
I'm
between the
together,
two
yep.
products. But it seems such a lazy, like haphazardly way of going about it, to where it's like you didn't have any of the actors there, even if they're just sitting front row or doing like a mini spot. It could have been one of the, smaller actors. It didn't have to be one of the main guys, but something to where
At
it's
least
like,
have
oh, they're
Finn do something. Like
yes,
if Finn was in the back and
Yeah,
like the
that'd have
demons
been-
kind of
that'd have
showed
been a
up or
good
something
tie.
like
yeah,
that.
that would have been
That'd
a
been
perfect
cool.
time to bring back the demon or just, but everything they've done of late just seems so like lazy. And it's like you mentioned, they don't build out the product, and they don't really like, you know, the money they're looking towards the future, because they're booking all these crazy WrestleManias and pay-per-views all over the show, but the actual product itself isn't that great. And it's crazy because I think if you were to ask the locker room in WWE, it's about as good of a locker room as I could remember in a long time. They have the talent there. There's the talent is undeniable, but it's just like they're fumbling it. And I'm glad you mentioned AEW kind of not running with it, Jay. I feel like AEW had an issue where it grew so fast because it was something different, and we were all excited. And in the beginning, they were bringing out, like that, the first couple of Chicago shows, there was, surprise here, surprise there.
Yep.
You
Two
were not-
surprises.
yeah, two surprises and stuff like that. You can't really, you can't rely on that all the time. But I do think they reached a peak where they realized we are competition with WWE, but I don't think we can get at that level. So we're going to cater to more of, the dirt sheet us fans, if you will, as opposed to the general public. And that's
Tony
a good
Khan's
thing.
catering to Tony Khan. That's
Exactly.
What Tony
Yeah.
Khan is, yeah.
But
Yeah,
like they reached a peak where it's like, I don't think they can grow as fast as we expected them to.
I think they could also grow a little faster, like grow a little more exponentially too, if Tony Khan did incorporate some more storytelling and writing. Yeah, I get he doesn't want to do that. He doesn't want the writers. He wants to be the booker. He wants to lean in on, the other wrestlers. But I'm not saying you don't need you definitely don't need a team of writers like WWE has. Like you see, like when they had the
writers,
the backstage, the Netflix show, the one
Unreal.
Yes, so they're showing them all in the writers' room and everything. You don't need a boardroom of writers, doing that stuff. But two guys, like spitballing ideas with Tony, as a writer, not as a wrestler, I don't think that's a bad idea. Involve more storytelling as opposed to just, you throw on banger after match, the Continental Classic, those are just like great wrestling matches. But in the end, though, like that's just catering to the wrestling nerds. That's not going to cater to the casuals who you want to draw in to get those bigger shows. Like that's, you need those unique storytelling that can probably draw in a few casual eyes.
It's just building. They need to build. They need to find a starting point and build to an apex and finish it and then go on. They have this formula, this New Japan formula that they run. Everybody's in a group. There's 9 6-man tags every week. They want to try to fit everybody into every show, and it's like it doesn't work. It's just so
right.
It's so jarbled, and nobody knows what the fuck's like. Brandy watches it with me a lot. Brandy goes to the shows. She doesn't know who half these guys are sometimes, just because they don't do a good job of telling you this guy's here, this guy's this guy's this. They have this. They go here. They don't. I don't even think Tony Khan has a storyboard. Because you have to build it. It's a TV show. You have to write it like a TV show sometimes.
And to your point with that, some of those guys, like the younger guys in AEW, would 100% would benefit from being in the NXT model and learning that stuff. Because a lot of the guys who are coming over, who have been in WWE for, and people shit on them for saying like, oh yeah, they're just WWE rejects or whatever. Those are the guys who work with Shawn Michaels and all those guys and learn how to, cut promos and be a character. You got guys just coming up who are young. If they don't figure it out and it's sink or swim, Tony Khan's not going to give them a storyline. They need to help, if you don't know how to book yourself and promote yourself, you're not gonna be, you're gonna be an unknown in AEW, and then you're not gonna do anything.
We're looking at you, Hook. But
yeah, dude,
Hook has other idea. Hook wants to be like a fashion designer. He doesn't want to be
what Hook wants to do.
You know what's funny is we talked about, you mentioned Hook, and Brian, we've had this conversation way back when we first started the playback, because Hook and Dominic Mysterio were like coming up at the very same time.
And they both had major issues, and one elevated because of the stuff around him. Yeah. 100%.
And that goes to what Jason's talking about, developmental, but also, leaning on, people around you to help you book yourself. And but it just shows you, man, some people have it and some people don't, because Dominic, nobody would have, if you were to tell me 4 years ago, maybe Joey P was the only guy saying Dominic is the guy. And I feel like I was very early on him.
Dude, I used to call him Drake LaRoche. Do you remember when we?
Yeah, we used to call him Drake LaRoche.
I used to call him Drake LaRoche. Like he was the nepo baby of the business, and he wasn't going anywhere. And then like 2 weeks later, I'm like, this guy's the greatest heel I've ever seen.
He's so good. But I would point Jason was making about the people coming over from WWE and the storytelling. That is another big thing with AEW, is that they get these guys from WWE who can help build and people recognize them instead of these smaller guys, but they're from WWE, so they're always off doing other stuff. Samoa Joe's doing Twisted Metal. Edge is out there doing stuff for Disney. All these big, where's Christian doing? I don't know, doing something with Nick Young's mom. But
nice.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. But like all these big names that they have, they're off doing other things, and then the storytelling is just not there. We can
or they're hurt.
Like I was saying, or they're hurt because of Moxley. But but like I was telling Peter before, I can only see Swerve and Hangman kill each other for so long before I'm like, all right, is this all AEW is?
Yeah.
Darby Allin's out there climbing Mount Everest. There's nothing there. And if they got right, like you were saying, 1 or 2 writers just to kind of edge them along. Hell, at this point, I know we don't want wrestlers writing. Let MJF do something, because everything he touches is fantastic.
Yeah, he's one of the few who came up, and didn't go through the system and figure it out for himself and how to get himself over. And a lot of it is just, you get over by creating controversy. You say outrageous shit, you do outrageous shit online. That's how
it sticks to kayfabe.
Yeah.
Well, and you can tell MJF has a background in acting and improv
theater.
He knows what he's doing, and that's what a lot of these guys really need. They need that.
And the history. He knows the history, a lot of it too.
Yeah,
where he knows like doing like the old school Undertaker kayfabe, never breaking kayfabe. Like, that's what he knows works.
All right, so let's talk about kayfabe. And you mentioned Jordan. You just said terrible. There's been a lot of promotional tour right now, recently with CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Paul Heyman. They've all been promoting WWE Unreal that premieres like next week, and they're all bashing it. They all say how much they hate WWE Unreal for breaking kayfabe's been dead since the invention of the internet. I feel like it's hard for them to be like, hey, let's go back to the old time where it's like everything's online. Everyone has a camera phone. Everyone's going to leak something regardless or not. You might as well leak it yourself, even though it is, still very curated and, months past when it happens. I think WWE Unreal, what they wanted to do is get different eyeballs on the product to make it more of a reality show type of thing. And I don't think that's a bad thing for Netflix. But the fact that the wrestlers themselves are like bashing the product before it comes out, season 2, and you said terrible. So you think it's bad for the business?
I think it's terrible because it's supposed to be a show. Like I'm a younger guy, so I didn't get to see Undertaker when he first showed up. My first introduction to him, Spike TV, on the Harley, going down to the ring. So
man,
like when I saw him get buried alive, I thought he died.
Old as fuck now.
I thought he was dead. So when he came back, I was like, what? He's dead. Or when they put Paul Bearer in the cement thing, when the Dudleys poured cement all over, or Undertaker's poured cement all over him. For me, I was like, they're allowed to do this? But now with Unreal, it's like you're taking all of that away from kids, where there's like, oh, I was super into it, and it's, to me, it's terrible. I think it's a bad idea. I don't know what they're doing it for, to be like, oh, this is how we run a wrestling show. Cool. If you wanted a reality TV show, bring back Total Divas, be done with it.
Well, that's a point I was just about to make myself, was that you want to talk about, like, you know, Unreal killing kayfabe. Total Divas did that fucking 20 years ago. You know, so I think they're one of the main reasons that kayfabe is dead too, because, you know, you put like the Miz on there, and, you know, he's supposed to be one of the most hated heels, and he's kind of likable. Yeah,
well, the Miz was a reality star before he was.
I know, but that's I'm saying. Like, you're supposed to hate him in wrestling, but you're watching him and you're like, eh.
The only one who was the same was Dolph Ziggler, because he was a sleazeball when he was doing that.
You know?
He was a sleazeball.
And then you're like, oh yeah, John Cena's kind of a fucking asshole.
Joey B makes a good point. Hogan knows.
He doesn't
best.
like to cook at his
Hogan
house.
knows
Leave him
best
alone.
was the fakest shit ever.
Yeah, that
man.
was faker than wrestling.
The whole family just hated each other, man. All four of them.
All right, now,
were there.
I feel like we're 25 minutes in, and there's the saying, as a Star Wars fan, that nobody hates Star Wars like Star Wars fans. We've been bashing wrestling on a wrestling show for 25 minutes. So let's transition to a little bit of positivity. I asked you guys, whether it's wrestlers, it could be matches, it could be shows, whatever you think. Give me something that was a positive in wrestling that we can at least wax poetic about, whether it's a person, place, or thing. I'll start with Jordan.
Oh, okay. So I have two. Well, my favorite wrestlers of the year, who I think they've done a great job. They're building themselves. Storytelling's amazing with them as well. And that's Sol Ruka, because she's fantastic in the ring.
Yep.
She's over like hell. And then my second one is Tatum Paxley, because Tatum Paxley was a nobody. She was just the cannon fodder for her stable. And now she's out here and everyone's rooting for her. She's super over. She's getting better. She's good on the mic. She shows emotion. She could do both brands. She hops to the main roster, stays in NXT. Those are great. And then also Dom Mysterio, man. Like, really? Yeah. Not even a question.
I mean, yes, the future of the company, the future of pro wrestling. I at this point, I think everyone's waiting for him to take that one last big step, and I think he's
put him in the chamber.
He's almost there. You mentioned Sol Ruka. I've had this conversation. I think I've had this conversation with both you guys, Brian and Jordan, separately. Yeah. But we haven't done it here. So I'll talk about how athletic she is, and I'll give her credit. I mean, she is a fantastic wrestler.
Coolest finisher in wrestling.
I hate the finisher.
Her finisher is awesome. What are you talking about?
I love it as a spot, but maybe it's me being older or whatever it is. Maybe it's me yelling at clouds, crotchety old man. The suspension of disbelief is just not there.
No logic at all.
It makes no sense.
It's so cool.
It is cool. It looks great, but not now. This is me, you know, anti-flippy shit when I'm the lucha guy of the group, or like I'm a big lucha guy. That I think the next step is maybe she does it. She can't keep getting away with this.
She can't keep getting away with this.
She can't do it week in and week out. I think save it for a big show. Save it for, like, I say she gets called up. She doesn't use it for like a year, and she doesn't do it until like WrestleMania or something.
So she should just
keep it. You got to once she comes with a new finisher, I'm all in on Sol Ruka.
So she just RKOs people until there's a spot, and then she does the Soul Snatcher.
I don't know, but yeah, the Snatcher, Soul Crusher, whatever you want to call it.
It's like the same thing with, like, everyone loves the Swanton Bomb. Jeff Hardy did it every week, but you do love to see him do it off of high stuff. So like that. So
I hate watching him do it. I hate watching him do it at all now because he can't fight. Yeah. He just lands flat on the dude and fucking kills them every time.
He's trying, man.
Instead of logically rolling his head off,
he should have stopped
do it
trying
anymore. He doesn't have that
10 years ago.
He's like a musician who's just wrestling. Drops on top of him.
It's like a sandbag. It's just dropping a sandbag off a ladder.
There's nothing there, man.
True.
No,
right.
I'll still take Jeff Hardy's Swanton over the coffin drop.
There's got to be a healthy medium between totally illogical and not doing, like, in the early 90s when Bill Watts was in charge of WCW, you couldn't throw anybody over the top rope and you couldn't jump off the top rope. because they wanted to protect for when those moments happened. It's like, oh my God, the guy jumped off the top rope. That was fucking stupid. But there's got to be a medium between that and doing things that are just completely ridiculously illogical.
Oh, like the devil's kiss?
Anything Shane McMahon did. Illogical.
That was great.
Brian, give me something positive about professional wrestling.
Positive. Again, I agree. I agree, Jordan, here. Future is safe. There's a lot of awesome young talent in wrestling. Dom's one. You got hopefully Will Ospreay is going to be healthy soon. You got MJF. There's a lot of guys in WWE too. Seth Rollins isn't even 40 years old yet. Some of the, 40 is the new 30 with wrestling now.
Yeah.
But a lot of these guys are, his body, the style of professional wrestling, these guys can't work 12 months a year anymore. They can't. Bottom line. But yeah, I think the future's safe. I think women's wrestling in general is the greatest it has ever been, and I think it's only going to get better. There's like six women in WWE, and there's like 10 in AEW that I think are awesome. Willow Nightingale is incredible. Chris Statlander, very good. Toni Storm is I can't begin to talk about how much Toni Storm's character is incredible.
She's awesome.
Awesome. And she should be a fucking writer for AEW with the way that she maneuvers her character around. But yeah, women's wrestling very safe. Obafemi is a beast, man. That guy's scary.
So good, man.
He needs some work.
So
He's gonna
good.
Yeah.
But yeah, he needs that work.
You
got
another
big guy.
There's also people that they keep pushing that they shouldn't, like Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill is gonna fucking kill somebody in the ring.
Like Jey Uso?
Nia Jax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen Nia Jax lately?
She's been better.
She lost like 60, 70 pounds. I think.
I don't care about the weight. I'm talking about her killing people in the ring.
But that's the first step to not killing people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like she doesn't
Viscera.
know when she does a leg drop or anything like that. She doesn't know how much fucking pressure she's putting on their chest, their neck. If she loses weight, it's actually hopefully the first step towards
a net
getting
positive.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jay, you got anything positive?
Too.
I was, and then Brian fucking named like 20 people and took all my answers.
It's all right. We can cycle it back.
Just talk about Joe Hendry. You'll be all right.
My positives
Not
were
on
going
this
to
show.
Maloney doesn't let you do that.
Not on this show.
My positives were going to be one Will Ospreay. He's been around for a while, but being in Japan, him coming across to the American market now and more eyeballs on him, people got to see what a great talent he is. And it sucks that he got hurt doing his style of wrestling, and who knows when he comes back, is he going to be like Kenny Omega now, where he can't do the same style that made Kenny Omega famous? So that's remains to be seen. But my big take too was obviously going to be Toni Storm, like just her character of last year. That was just probably like just peak wrestling, I think, for me in 25. And then the feud with her and Mariah May. I'm not calling her Blake Monroe. Get the fuck out of here.
Blake Monroe.
But her and Mariah May, though, that feud was just fucking gold. And the way they ended it, on the blow off match, and then Mariah leaving for NXT. Like, I think that was like the perfect, like, Tony Khan needs more of that kind of storytelling. So whoever was writing and producing those segments, that's
Toni Storm.
If it is, then make
her own everything.
Yeah, more of that. Have her write for the men too, then, because
have her write for her husband. Because
yes,
Honeycomb?
I like her husband.
Honeycrisp, whatever. Hey, two guys I forgot to mention. Okay, real quick.
Oh, here, go
55 other guys.
Takeshita.
That was going to be my answer.
Okay, taking everyone's answers, Brian. Shut the fuck up. Let people answer.
The other one, real quick. Ricochet. Ricochet is going to move way up this year. Watch.
No,
Takeshita was my answer.
You're talking about unbelievable, and you're talking about Ricochet.
Wait, it's gonna happen.
All right. You know what? Brian S could probably do 40 minutes on Dick the Bruiser. Maybe we'll save that for the after show, Mailman Jack. But appreciate you in the comments. Takeshita was going to be one of my answers. I think. We were there on at AEW. He had a awesome match with Kazuchika Okada. Okada, for the longest time, I've considered the best wrestler in the world. I mean, all those blow-off matches with Kenny Omega back in New Japan. I think, because you could argue Kazuchika Okada is the standard when it comes to wrestling matches and professional wrestling. And Takeshita he's been there and he is there with him. He's so good. It was because I was running late. It was the first match of the night, right? Of the main card. I got there and I was like, holy shit, these guys are going. Takeshita is one of the best wrestlers in the world right now, and he's still so young. The other guy I talked to you guys about at that AEW show was Kyle Fletcher. I was not sold on Kyle Fletcher for the longest time, and I'm not going to make this about him moving to Chicago and dating Sky Blue and listening to my favorite band, Hot Mulligan, because that's all ancillary, because I like him personally. I'm like, this guy's pretty cool. But I think he's the next in line in the, Kenny Omegas, Will Ospreays, now Kyle Fletcher, that mold of wrestler. So the sky's the limit with Kyle Fletcher. I do think I'd be interested to see him outside of AEW. He's one of those guys. And I think we talked about it early with, Ricky Starks, or now whatever Ricky Saints, whatever he is in
He was never good.
But we were happy to see him go. Like, I feel like, especially the younger stars, not the main, like superstars of both companies, I'd like to see more back and forth there, where it's like somebody just up and coming or almost at the precipice goes to WWE, or vice versa and goes to AEW. I think that's where it's like, I think it would be more healthy for the business. But yeah, so my answer is going to be Kyle Fletcher and Takeshita. It's interesting we didn't really mention a lot of WWE wrestlers.
That's what I was about to say. I was like, man, dude, you guys just don't watch NXT or what?
Well, I do watch. I don't watch NXT as much as I did.
Not really.
And it's not because the product's bad. Because when I do like all of the Obafemi stuff, we talked about Obafemi, Jordan, where it's like I like him to be the future much more than Bron Breakker or any of the other guys. I think Obafemi has
Bron Breaker's getting there.
Bron Breaker's incredible, man.
He's getting there.
I want him and Obafemi in a match. That'd be freaking wild. Yeah.
I just want to mention real quick. Peter, you mentioned Okada, and my wife's favorite wrestler is Okada now, and she knew nothing about him, but he got himself over with her just by doing bitch and the middle finger. That's all. It was just that simple two things of his character got him over with my wife, and now she loves. She wanted to buy the shirt at AEW, is the bitch shirt, and she said if it wasn't white, she would have bought it because it looked weird white on white.
Yeah. That shirt was hysterical. It's just his head and it says bitch underneath.
Yeah. And it's something,
simple.
Whenever it comes to professional wrestling, a lot of the times less is more. Something so simple as that is what takes off. Jericho has shown you this a million different times.
You just made the list.
You just made the list and everything else that he does. It's like all of the little things.
Yeah. Ron Simmons, damn.
Yeah, Ron Simmons, damn. Like all of the things that like wrestling fans gravitate towards. I got a couple more questions for you guys.
What?
Yeah, what? But before that, we got to pay some bills. ShySportsBums.BigCartel.com is the home for all Chicago Sports Bums merch. We have Bears, Hawks, Sox, and Bums merch available. Anything you need to get ready for a big game or a Chicago Sports Bums event. Remember, all profits go directly back into our Whiskey at Comiskey tailgates to keep the beer and food free for everyone. So head over to ShySportsBums.BigCartel.com and pick up a couple Toot Tree shirts today.
I think when you say we got to pay some bills and then we play an ad, I think that's embezzlement.
You're the money guy.
That was your voice.
You tell me. I know we had some taxes we got to do. I don't know. Did me playing an ad violate something? I don't
know. I'll have to run it through the IRS.
Either way, buy shirts so we don't get in trouble from the IRS. I got a surprise segment for you guys. I didn't add it here because I wanted to get more Brian's. Right? Yeah. Wrestling edition.
Ooh, we're gonna talk about Kit Wilson.
I heard Kyle Fletcher's packing.
Kyle Fletcher, rumors have it. No, it's the Phil Brooks debate. It's the Phil Brooks, CM Punk, now wrestling champion of the world. He's my guy. He's always been my guy. He'll always be my guy. I know, Brian, you're on the other side of the aisle right now.
I'm not as much anymore. I don't care.
I don't think
it's fine.
I'll say my piece and then I'll let you guys run with it. But I don't think I'm surprised that this iteration of Phil Brooks or CM Punk is working. I'm surprised it's working so well where he's playing the game. Like, he's wearing the suits, he's doing the interviews. He knows this is his last chance. You know,
it's a little corporate shill. Yep.
It's almost like, you know, it took him way longer than it probably should have. But I like this. And I think where the company is right now, we just shat on WWE for the better part of, 25 minutes. I'm not saying he's the future of the company. He's washed up. He looks old like right now. But for right now, I think it's good. I think what he did with Braun Breaker, even though that match was up and down, it wasn't the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah, he's botching like crazy.
I thought the match was good, though, overall.
That was the Braun Breaker's fault.
No, that was his. He didn't lean forward.
Oh, it wasn't.
His legs were way back there.
Like, how do you not?
I think I'm surprised it's working this well. That's what I'm saying. So, like, obviously, he's still selling 1 million T-shirts. He's still, everyone's singing his songs. He still gets pops whenever, he does his entrance or any of the promos. The promos are there, man. I could probably point to like 3-4 promos within the last year that was like, oh yeah, he's still got it, right? Like, it might not be his, 99 on the black fastball, but he's still getting people out with the promos. And you could tell that a lot of other people in the company aren't there yet. Yeah, I mean, Cody, I think surprisingly, Cody has one pitch and it's getting emotional, but like it still resonates when he gets there in the promo department. But I think Phil is still, the ace, if you will. Shout out Ace, just retiring. What do you guys think about, this iteration of CM Punk?
I mean, I'm happy for him. John Cena's gone, so another old guy's got to take the top spot, right?
Yeah.
So, I've always been a CM Punk fan. I'm happy for it, but yeah, he they want him to main event WrestleMania, and like don't put him in a triple threat match. Don't make him night one. He wants the closing one-on-one championship match where he's champion, and I think that's what we're gonna get finally, because I don't know how long his deal was, but he's one injury away too from look at recently, like pecs, biceps, ankle, like all the shit he had in AEW too, like, so he's one big major injury away from hanging it up. So I think they're trying to get this CM Punk finally get his WrestleMania moment, and they said that last year that he's finally main event. That's not, they tossed him a triple threat. That's a fucking cop out. Yeah,
but so, he was in with Roman and Seth. Those like the two biggest stars in the company.
But that's not like when you figure headlining WrestleMania, it's not a triple threat match. It's one-on-one title match. That's the old school, like you're headlining WrestleMania, you're closing out the show. You're not the end of night one. So I think they're gonna get towards that, and then he'll have his moment, and then we'll see who the next guy is, because a lot like you're saying, there's a lot of young guys in WWE right now, and a lot of them are still learning, and Seth, being injured does, but like a lot of them are still learning, so you need that guy who can bring the boisterous, shit and everything, and get people talking. So I think I have two questions. Who's that opponent, and how is Punk going to put him over? Because if he's at, what is he, 48, 49 years old now? Yeah. If he's not putting somebody over in the main event of WrestleMania, he's not doing his job. I think he's probably holding the belt until SummerSlam.
It's Gunther. I mean, Gunther's gonna put him to sleep like he did John Cena.
I'm okay with that.
That's what it's gonna be. That's what it's gonna be.
Honestly,
I thought it was gonna be LA Knight initially, but they just keep elevating him and then making him disappear. I don't know what the hell they do with that guy.
I'd rather it not be LA Knight, to be honest. Yeah, but if it is Gunther, I'm in. I'm all in. I think it's too soon though. After doing the Cena,
I think. I mean, you want to capitalize in the heat.
That's his
but I
whole
think
thing, though. Is he's the Legend Killer 2.0. He's going after AJ now.
Yeah,
He's going to
I
kill
think that's
AJ.
what
He's going to
do.
kill Lesnar. He's going to kill
Ray-
Randy Orton. It's going to
Rey
happen.
Mysterio,
Yeah.
CM Punk. I think that's the best case scenario with Gunther, because if you're not going to give him the belt, and they probably are going to give him the belt sooner rather than later, but they don't need to. If he's just doing
he doesn't
these,
need it. Yeah,
he doesn't need it. I mean, he's got so
that's
much.
what, that's
heat
what
right
I'm
now.
saying. Like, it's too soon. I think if you held it off to like SummerSlam, I think that would be.
Yeah, that's a
little
good
more,
question. Then who would it be? They're like in all of
Dominic?
the yes. I think that's where they're heading, because if
Who?
you listen to Dominic, if you listen to all of their outside the interview, and I know kayfabe is broken.
yeah, they do talk shit. They do talk
but
shit
they
to each
talk
other.
shit
It's
to each
fun.
other all the
Yeah.
time, and it's like underhanded, backhanded compliments, or like actual talking shit, or like little jabs and insults. To where I think if CM Punk is the champion and Dominic finally gets over and wins a championship from there, that's best for business for everyone involved.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
100%.
You said you had another question.
Me?
Yeah, I thought you said I had.
Oh, I
two
said
questions.
who's he going up against, and how is he putting them over?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the thing.
All right.
Because I mean, honestly, like me, I have that old wrestling brain still a little bit, where if you're in your mid to late 40s and your job isn't solely to just put everybody over and elevate everybody else, why are you there?
I mean, but
Step aside, let the young guys.
I mean, John Cena won the IC title in his run. So what he said,
but
WWE
then he jobbed it out to Dominic. He
Yeah.
made
I know, but
Dominic
still,
look like
like,
$1 million.
they didn't need to give Cena the title.
Yeah, they should have
know,
gave it to Sheamus.
Right.
He's been looking for that thing for how long?
I mean,
Cena comes back and let's just give it to him.
yeah, I mean, like that logic's just pointless then. Like WWE don't care about that shit.
Yeah, that was just resume filling. He never had it. He wanted it. Just one last notch in the.
Here's an
But-
idea.
You tell him no.
Yeah.
You're like,
good
"Okay,
luck
main
filling.
event, main
no.
event, main event night two. CM Punk, Carmelo. Carmelo goes over.
I don't think he's there yet. I don't think Carmelo's
He's not
there
there
yet.
yet.
He's
If
close.
that's the main event of
That's
WrestleMania Night 2, I'm gonna fucking just.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
I don't think. I don't.
Jason's not having a party this year.
Dougie said he's still waiting for mid-40s HBIC to put Dougie over.
That's true.
You get a job to Dougie?
Yeah, we don't break kayfabe here, all right? We don't.
Hey, I've been throwing drafts for 4 years, so
Unreal.
I just let the young guys beat me every week on the pod. So
Jordan, you a Punk guy or not?
I love CM
You're
Punk.
younger.
Yeah. I mean, I love CM Punk. I watched him when he was in TNA, which people don't remember that he was in.
yeah,
And I loved him throughout. I even was like cheering for him in UFC. Don't know why, but I did. But this iteration nailed it. This iteration of Punk is, I mean, John Cena said it in that promo, which he kind of just threw up what Punk said to him before. He became the Yankees, and I'm not a fan of it. Take the belt off him, give it to Roman, all will be good.
Roman.
I don't know. I don't think we need another version of
Yes,
Roman.
Roman is the person for the company. He's better than Cody. He's better than Punk. He's better than Gunther.
But my point is, like, I don't need another fucking 2-year.
He doesn't have to have it for 2 years. He already did it.
Yeah, he's not going to work enough dates to do that for 2 years anymore.
Yeah.
He's
He didn't work enough dates as it is. He worked fucking like
He's
10
making
times.
Street Fighter. Leave him alone. Well, so
what
is
about
Cody.
Cody? What
Cody
about
has
Jacob Fatu? He's gonna be the ultimate.
Jacob
He's gonna
Fatu.
He's
That
gonna be
is
the
another
leader of
one
that whole
forgot
crew
about.
soon.
Jacob Fatu is also one of those ones that this past year killed it.
You know what I mean?
Like Roman
Nah,
Reigns
I
was
mean-
champion for all those years, and then he fucking wrestled like
Okay,
20 times.
but
Then
he
his-
was
and then his
he was
entrances
good
were
for
longer
those
than
2
his
years.
Made
entrances.
everybody look like $1
His
million
entrances were
every time he
longer than
wrestled.
his matches.
he was good for those 2 years, but he was the only thing they had.
No, that's true.
I
The
thought Sami
bloodline,
Zayn should have beat him.
the bloodline,
would've been
the bloodline
cool,
story though was,
But Sami
still
Zayn's not
was still
there
peak.
yet.
Bloodline storyline was great, Jason. I agree.
Yeah.
It was
it was
fantastic.
peak storytelling. It was must see every week.
But now that's what
that's
they're doing with every
long-term
storyline.
storytelling, something they don't do anymore. So
That's all they
they're
do.
doing it right now. They're doing it right now with Cody, because Cody's going to turn heel at some point soon. It's going to fucking
I think it's about
happen.
that time. I
It's about that
definitely
time.
think it's about that
If,
time.
if
And
he,
There's
if they
going to be like
convince
a
him to-
double turn at WrestleMania, and he's gonna keep the belt, but he's gonna cheat, and he's gonna beat somebody who was a heel and is now like it's almost be like the
Drew
Rock and
McIntyre.
Hogan.
when he turns heel, I'm gonna be pissed off because him not wanting to turn heel in AEW is what killed the fucking mojo that they had going with, in my opinion.
Well, he was the writer.
yeah, but he was almost because it's AEW and the fans are I don't want to say smarter, but a little older. Like he was almost a heel by playing face, almost like the old school John Cena, right? The kids love him, but
Yeah.
all the adults
Yeah.
hate him. And he was doing the whole Homelander gimmick where he's technically still a good guy, but like he's a bad guy, right?
Yeah,
Like
he's-
so, like I understand that.
Even
from
like
Cody's-
even his costume is Homelander. That's the
Yeah.
Oh
best
yeah,
part.
I mean the cape that he wore
mask.
for one of those AEW ones was like the entire length of the entryway. But yeah, we
And
got
the
about
Young Bucks told him no.
10 minutes left. Any other random things you guys want to throw out there? Or wrestlers or matches or
Who's
just
winning the
thoughts?
Rumble, guys?
a good
Stephen
question.
Flo.
oh, you know what?
Stephen Flo. Greatest entrance of all time.
Stephen Flo.
There it is.
Jordan sent me the Stephen Flo video and he's like, "Are you
Yeah.
able to upload it?" And I'm like, "I don't think it would violate any copyrights." But it's
Oh,
so
man.
close that I'm like,
It's
I
so
don't
close.
want to. I was like, I don't want to do it. But if you,
But like, that
if
is
you guys
so-
Have you ever
seen
seen Have you ever seen Santana Jackson?
no,
Look
Nuh-uh.
up Santana Jackson. He's a Michael Jackson impersonator. That's
Oh
a
yeah,
wrestler.
yeah.
I did-
I saw him live. It was the coolest fucking thing ever. He was in a battle royal. He got his ass thrown out, fell right on his head. It was horrible. And he laid on the ground for a while. And then Thriller played and he popped
He's-
up on the mat and he had the fucking wolf mask on and he's doing the it was incredible. It was the
Was he
coolest
better
thing I've
than
ever seen
Gay
live at a
Kane?
wrestling show.
Was he better than Gay Kane
The Gain? Yes.
Gain.
or Cocaine?
Isn't there blue? There's Blue Cane too.
there's
Who's
Blue-
like a
Blue Cane, Cocaine,
Cocaine is my
Gain.
favorite. Cocaine
Yeah.
is my
there's a Gay Cane. He goes like this.
yeah.
So good.
Some of those indie gimmicks are so good, man. Where it's
Yeah.
like,
It's fantastic.
I'm going to a show in the city next week. Ben Bishop's going to be there. I don't know if you guys have followed Ben
Yeah.
Bishop at all.
bad
Okay.
news, Ben Bishop.
He's the nicest human being ever. I sent him a DM on Twitter one day because I wanted to make a onesie for a buddy of mine who's having a baby, who's a big fan, and he immediately sent me a graphic within like 4 seconds. Like, here, do it. I'm like, okay, cool, thank you, buddy. This is like super nice guy. I've met him at a couple indie shows, but yeah, it's him and Lance Archer. Timothy Thatcher's going to be there, so like really cool indie show coming next week.
Yeah, the AEW announced their schedule for 2026, and they
Yeah.
have a few Bourbon Street shows. I think there's like 3 or 4 of them, and that's so close to me to where it's like, man, I want to get out to more indie shows this year.
Let me know. I'll go with you.
That'd
to
be
that.
fun.
I've been wanting to go to AEW stuff.
Yeah, I'll go.
Dreamwave is great, but the drive is fucking horrible. It's like all the way out in the middle of nowhere.
Are we doing New Japan announced the G1, right? That's awesome. I'm in for
I'm
like,
going.
I love all things New Japan, but the fact that they're doing that in Chicago, I'm like, holy shit, that's kind of cool.
Must be nice.
Come on through.
Come on down,
I'm
dude.
trying.
I'll try to get my buddy Sweet. I'll hold you a ticket. Come on out.
Don't tempt me.
Oh yeah, see, Gordo's down for Gordo's down. Gordo, you're down for A&W root beer. We're talking wrestling here, Gordo.
So going back to Brian's question then, about who's winning the Rumble?
Yeah.
Is it going to
Oh.
be Gunther? Is he just going to
It's
win
gonna be
everything?
Roman.
They're gonna,
Yeah, I'm
they're
trying
gonna
to
go
think.
chalk.
What are you talking about? So Roman Cody then?
No, I think it's gonna be Roman and whoever has the heavyweight championship.
I wouldn't be shocked if it's Seth, man.
It might be Chris Jericho. Who knows?
Yeah, everyone was expecting that on Monday. Is he coming sooner rather than later? What do you guys?
There
think?
was a report from Fightful that said his contract might actually be up.
He's going on tour in February with Fozzy for like 6 weeks. So I don't know if
He's
Going on his cruise too.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
doing the
it might be
cruise
an after Mania type of thing for him.
thing. You know
We'll
who
see.
I'm
I
looking at?
watched
Too far away.
I watched the entire Raw last night. I haven't watched Raw from top to bottom for a long time.
It
and,
was terrible. I'm so sorry.
It was well. I thought the opening match, the tag match, was really good. The women's
Yeah.
tag match, and then the main event with Punk. I thought Punk and Braun did a good job. They told a good story. It was botchy as fuck, but that's what you expect with CM Punk.
Son of a bitch. It was fine enough. I did like that ending shot. I don't want to give the Kevin Dunn or whoever's running that show nowadays enough credit, but where Braun's just sitting on the aisle, like head down, dejected, and Punk's standing on the ropes, like, and the camera's like down the aisle, like towards the ring. Like, that's a fucking cool ending shot. So I will give them credit that way.
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah, so I don't think it's going to be. Well, if it is Roman, then he's going to fight CM Punk. So they're not going to run back.
Yeah,
they're not going to run back Cody and Roman again. That'd be fucking stupid. And if it is Seth, I mean, I could see him versus CM Punk
again.
Yeah,
Could be Dom.
That's like their
Dom
that's like
would be
like
awesome.
their version of Swerve and Hangman Page is
Seth
CM Punk and Seth Rollins.
or
It would be
CM
cool
Punk's gonna
if-
burn the bus.
if they did Dom, and WWE has a history of doing this, where it's like like he wins the Rumble, and then you kind of tease week in and week out, depending on who is the champion, who he's going to go up against. So he could have a little bit of a thing with Cody. He could have a little bit of a thing with Punk, and then at the end, he picks probably Punk. But I think like that would be good if it was Dom. I also think like I've always been a Penta guy, but I mean he's just not there.
No.
Like,
Or it could be the push for Finn again.
no,
'cause-
that's
No,
past.
Really?
yeah, Finn had his one chance, and then he got hurt, and
Jacob
still
Fatu,
believe
yeah,
it.
I'm
I
just
don't think
looking at
Finn
the
wants
roster.
all that. I
Jacob
really don't
Fatu.
think he even wants all that.
Jacob
anymore.
Fatu is a good one.
but
Who?
even
Finn
if he
Balor?
didn't want it though, like he
Finn
was,
Balor
he
literally,
was.
he had an interview where he said, "I'm going for gold again."
Yeah, but I don't think he wants to be the face of the company. I don't think it's. He loves going on vacations with his hot ass wife, and
He likes getting
let him be him.
tattoos and stuff.
yeah, let him be him.
What
He's
if it's
not
just
a kid anymore
what if it's,
either.
What if it's Gunther and he just picks Cody Rhodes then, and they go Gunther
Yeah.
Cody?
That's a very high possibility.
And that's where Cody goes heel. Or it's Mr.
Yeah.
Iguana.
Turn right there, yeah.
that is the Mr. Iguana
Mr. Iguana.
that one?
That's
Mr.
That's
Iguana
what-
could do it. Yeah.
over as hell.
Yeah, I just don't think. I personally don't think that WrestleMania is going to be Gunther versus CM Punk. I think they're saving that for maybe SummerSlam.
Yeah,
Who
that makes
wins
sense.
on the women's side?
AJ Lee.
Just be generic and say Rhea Ripley. Like
that's
it's
what I
gonna
was
be
gonna
Rhea
say.
and
I don't
Vaquer,
want Rhea to win.
No,
I'm a big Liv guy. I love Liv.
I do love Liv.
She's really good. She's been battling some injuries. She's back now. She just had her first match back. I think it's a good
Liv's
time.
my favorite golf league too, so I'll go that one.
it's
There
going
you
to
go.
be Charlotte, guys.
Speaking of
No.
Saudis, Brian, you're so
The woman, it's gonna be Bianca. Bianca's
could
gonna
see
come back
that.
and win it.
I don't have a problem with that at all.
I can
And then
see
she's
that.
gonna be her and
I think she's
Jade
good.
going back and forth.
And then Jade breaks Bianca's neck, and we never see
Yeah.
Bianca.
And then Naomi comes back and she's like, "I have a child. Don't hurt me."
Pass. I'll pass on that storyline. Thank you, Jordan.
I'm going AJ Lee.
That
I
would
think
be
they're
good.
gonna, I think they're going to give
No.
her one last
One
run.
last-
even
One
No,
though-
last run?
she's gonna do.
Yeah.
If she gets a title, it's gonna be taking it off of Becky, because that's what they've been talking about
Yeah.
this whole time.
Yeah, they've been. Yeah, that makes sense too.
Because she's not gonna be around to be.
I mean, the
champion.
Rumble is my favorite pay-per-view of the year. It's always has been.
Mine too.
Brian,
I've
you've
been-
been
I've been-
running through.
I've been watching them. Yeah, being home sick with the flu is awesome.
On
I watched.
Netflix.
I've been watching I watched 88 through 2007 in the last 5 days. So
Oh yeah, Chelsea Green. Give her the
Chelsea
give her the
Green.
title.
Yes.
Dude, Chelsea
Yes.
Green is so good, man. It's
She's
just like
so good.
She gets it. That's the thing about
Yeah.
her. She understands the psychology of the business. I think eventually her and Cardona, when they step away, are gonna open up a wrestling company, and it's gonna move.
Oh, you think a company? I wouldn't be shocked.
They're
if
very
it's
smart.
I wouldn't be shocked if it's a gym, like developing people.
The dungeon.
What time is Royal Rumble? Because that's the same day as Sox Fest, and
It's 2 days.
What
Rumble's 2
Sox
days
Fest
now.
and the Rumble is both 2 days.
Yeah, it's the greatest
Yeah.
Royal Rumble
It's
ever.
The 30th, I think. 30th, 31st.
I'm seeing Saturday 31st, but I know it's
The
in
good
it's in,
old-
it's in Saudi. It's in Saudi, but like
Yeah. Yeah. So there won't be a women's Royal Rumble.
yeah. God,
They will be, but they're all going to be wearing Under
Man.
Armour.
So dumb.
yeah. Hey, you need that money though, right? So
So dumb.
Yeah,
um,
I forgot that it's over there. That's lame.
yeah, but I'm just wondering though if it's going to be like an early start time, like a noon, 11 a.m. Start time for that. So
Yeah, it'll
This-
probably be at 11 or noon.
because
JT's a
I
big
would like to
wrestling
go to Sox Fest and catch the Rumble too.
Yeah,
2
1 p.m.
o'clock.
Central.
Yeah. 2 Eastern. Yep.
We got plenty of time, Jay.
I like it.
So they aren't
All right.
splitting it into 2 days like they did last year. They're doing it one day.
Yeah, no more 2 day. I hate the 2 day.
7-hour show. I'm fine with it for Mania. That's about it.
Yeah.
All right. That's an hour. We did it, guys. We talked wrestling for an hour. We complained for 55 minutes of it, but we also gave, Dominic and a couple other people their flowers. So
Tatum Paxley.
I do want to do this more often. I don't know how often, but definitely when there's big things, maybe after the Rumble or pre-Rumble, and definitely on the road to WrestleMania. So tune in for more wrestling things. I'll go opposite of the way you guys came in. So I know, Boneheads and Brewskis just had their show. So after this, go check out that. But what do you got going on, Jordan?
Nothing much right now, man. Just doing the Boneheads. Watching some wrestling. Playing through Final Fantasy VII again.
Yeah.
So good. But other than that, not doing much. Just watching the Chicago sports bums and waiting for next fantasy football season where we get to watch.
All right, and we throw him over the
Jason.
top rope.
Hey, Jason, I forgot Jason. Obviously,
I Kofi
this is-
Kingston it.
this isn't the bumpcast. I forgot Jason had his admin duties. So. But everyone, after you guys are done here, go tune in to the Boneheads and Brewskis. They talk football for an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It was a good time. So, dude, I'm gonna have you back soon because there's a lot more MCU
Hey.
news that's dropping. So,
You know what's better? Oh, that last trailer.
Yeah.
Crazy.
we'll
But you
talk
know what's
about
better
that
than a 2-time guest? A 3-time
Three-time?
guest,
Three-time?
yes. I'm
Five-time?
trying to do the 5-time,
We'll get there.
I got the hair going for it and everything right
I love it. Thanks, man.
now. Peace out, guys.
Sucker.
All right, Bri. Any drafts coming up?
I don't have dates yet, but we're going to be doing. I had one scheduled, but we had a scheduling conflict with our StreamYard. So I'm doing a characters from children's television shows draft.
Hell
That one's coming around the way, and then we're going to be doing wrestling theme songs.
Oh,
so
shit.
either one of you guys want to be on that? Let me know. I'm working on
One
I'm working on the queue
DX.
1-1 DX, you're crazy.
One
No.
demolition, man. Demolition.
FTR current theme.
If I had to go 1-1, it might be either NWO or Hulk Hogan.
Voodoo Child.
Yeah,
Voodoo
I mean,
Child, yeah.
that's just a 1-1
You know-
song. That's not
Yeah.
even.
I would be obliged to possibly pick CM Punk as number one because I've loved that song since long before he ever did that. But Bologna, would you like this? This is a rapper from the CM Punk ice cream bar from.
I'm glad you mentioned it, Brian. I have one hanging on my other bookshelf.
Well, you need two because I'm gonna
that
throw it
used to
away.
be me on the- No, throw it away because I got one there.
I've
and
had it for like 5 years.
I still have a fresh ice cream bar in the fridge. I should probably throw it out. It's not good anymore, but it's still in the freezer.
That's like when my mother-in-law wanted me to eat a piece of my wedding cake she kept in the fridge for 5 years. I'm like, no, dude, not touching that shit.
I think Brian forgot that we're still live on the air.
Yeah, I don't know what are you talking about?
Huh?
I'm just kidding. All right, so Drafty Pod coming soon. Anything else from the Penguins?
I always stuff coming from the Penguins. Yumper's always got stuff going. Tony has like 5 podcasts he's running right now, so definitely be on the lookout for more stuff. Obviously, subscribe to us, Sadistic Penguin Studios.
Love it. Thanks, Bri. We're gonna talk more wrestling soon.
Absolutely, love you.
Love you too. Jason,
I got nothing.
No, you do. No. Don't say you don't got nothing because I have something right for you.
I know.
Right now.
We do. Let's cut this promo. Oh, we're going half screen here. Let me go. Ooh, here. Hey, that. Right there. There we go. Arrows. Whoop, whoop. Saturday. Be there. Remova Loft. We said we had a lot of RSVPs on Monday. We have even a lot more now. So word to the wise, get there early on Saturday. Because when the doors open at 6, it might be standing room only then. I don't know if we're gonna have to move it to the loft. I don't know, but it's getting to the point of we might have to sell out or do something because we got a lot of people coming through on Saturday, and we're pumped for this because we're packing this place nuts to butts for the Bears' victory over the Green Bay Packers. $4 drafts, $9 cocktails. I can't fucking wait, dude.
I can't tell you how much I'm counting down the days till Saturday. So thank you to everyone that has RSVP'd. But like Jason mentioned, this is by far the biggest demand we've had for tickets. I don't know if it can sell out, but there's a possibility it gets moved to the big room the way it's going now. But even if it doesn't, I want the loft packed, like you mentioned, nuts to butts, everyone going crazy for when the Bears whoop that ass. So thank you to everyone that has RSVP'd. If you're going, I would suggest getting there early if you want a really good seat. Jay, we got the Bumcast. We don't know when we're doing the Bumcast. We might be doing it on a Sunday after Bears reaction on Saturday. So tune in for that. But
TBD on the socials. Find out if we're gonna go live Sunday or not because Monday Night Football. So
All right, go watch wrestling. I'm gonna wrap up the show and thank everybody.
Will do. See you.
Thanks, dude. All right, that is a wrestling episode of the Bologna Show. Thank you, everyone in the comments. Thank you to Gordo for the super chat. Thank you, everyone. You know what? I should mention, thank you to everyone who sent me a message, a text, a DM. I was on Fox 32 News this morning on Chicago Now, talking a little bit of Bears. I got a lot of really nice messages about it. So thank you to anyone that shared, retweeted, reached out after the fact. It was really cool. I like doing that kind of stuff. It's like a nice change of pace. Like when we started this, who would have thought that like we'd be talking Bears on the news? So really cool. Thank you to everyone that reached out. Again, thank you to everyone in the comments and everyone that's RSVP'd to the watch party. I will be back Wednesday for another Bologna Show. I'm in between 2-3 guests that I've reached out to. It's going to be interesting. So I'll keep you posted during the week to see what we're going to be doing with the Bologna Show. It might be whiskey heavy. It might be nerd news heavy. I might be talking movies with a couple people. So I got a lot on the docket for the next couple weeks. It's just a matter of scheduling everything out. But thank you, everyone in the comments. We'll see you guys at the Romova on Saturday. We'll see you for the Bumcast on Sunday or maybe Monday. And we'll see you next week on the Bologna Show. Thank you guys to my guest. We'll talk soon. Peace.
Goodbye for tonight. Know that I'll see you